Hi everyone, today we are going to begin our penguin paintings. So before we start, let's get comfortable drawing some penguins. We're going to draw 3 different penguins here. And let's start with our oval body, and I'm just going to draw 3 ovals here. And notice that these are gesture ovals. I did them nice and light. You can probably barely see them. We'll make them darker as we go. But I went around and around several times to get the shape that I wanted. I don't try to just draw a perfect oval on the first try. It doesn't happen. Okay, next I'm going to put a head on my penguin, maybe one to the side, one in the middle, and one leading to the other side. So I'm going to do a circle over here. Same thing, a gesture circle going around and around. Because it's really hard to draw a circle perfectly the first time, I go around several times. So now I have 3 bodies, 3 heads. Let's go ahead and connect them. So when you stretch your neck to the side, the one side stretches out and the other side kind of squishes up. So this guy is going to stretch out, and this one is going to squish up and come down. This one is going to kind of resemble a bowling pin because it's going to come in and back out. And this one's going to be the opposite of our first one here. So the side's going to be stretched and this side's going to be squished. So now we have our bodies. Let's go ahead and put in our nice big tummy in the center of our penguins. All right. Let's talk the wings of a penguin. So penguins are special birds. They actually swim. So instead of wings, they have what are called flippers. And they're kind of shaped like a slice of an apple. So maybe for this guy, now your flippers are going to start right about here. Maybe this guy comes straight out and back in. And maybe he's waving up and back in. This guy doesn't have a whole lot of room to do much. Maybe I'll cross him over this body here. No big deal. This is just a sketch. Straight out and back in, and straight out and back in. Maybe this guy's arms are just down. Or let's have him point. It's going to cross over and back in. Let's go ahead and put some feet on our penguins. Really, really simple. Think of them as little hot dogs. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. And now we have the bodies. Let's put the face on our penguin. So you have a couple different options. Let's do the middle one first. It's the easiest. It's straight on. He's looking straight at us. Right about in the middle of our face, I'm going to put my beak, and it's a long beak, and 2 big eyes. This would be the middle of our face here. Maybe he's confused and looking at you kind of sideways. So his beak's gonna go something like this. Like, hello over there. And maybe this guy's hunting. So he's looking down. So his beak would actually come off the side, and you might only see one eye. Now we have floating penguins. You know Mrs. Shardle doesn't like when they're floating. So we're going to go ahead and draw a line right behind them. And you have your penguin bodies. Next, we need to put our penguins in a location or their habitat. Now, penguins live in cold climates. So behind them, you might see things like mountains or just snowy plains, or in our case, we're going to put a glacier. A glacier is a huge rock of ice that is kind of formed almost like an ice mountain. So to begin, let's put our horizon line in. We know our horizon line is just the straight line where the sky meets the ground. Up at the top, we're going to do jagged glacier lines. Not super jagged like grass and not wavy, but they're going to be something like messed up zigzags. All right. From each zig and each zag, we are going to draw straight down to horizon line. So it should run parallel to the edge of your paper. So if I took my edge of the paper and scooted it over, it would look something like this. Straight down, every zig, every zag. So you can see now if you did really, really jagged, close together lines like grass, you would have a little bit of a problem doing every zig and every zag. I'm not going to worry about this guy right here, by the way. All right, so now we have our glacier in the background and we have our ground line. In this case, this is going to be ice. And let's go ahead and put like a pole or a break in the ice. So we're gonna do something like that, just a wavy line. And ice has a thickness, so we're gonna give it another line that is going to run beside it, exactly the same thickness. And we're gonna do a couple breaks straight up and down in the ice to give it some depth and to make it look more like ice. In here, I can do a couple calm water waves. We're not in the middle of a hurricane. This is a nice, calm fishing location for our penguins. And maybe our penguin has already left behind some fish that he has eaten. I'm going to do the head of my fish, the body of my fish, the tail. I'm going to give it some ribs because he's eaten it. An X for an eye because he is deceased, and a smile because he has had a good life. Don't put in too many fish. One or two should do the trick. If you are working from home, please stop here. We will draw this together in class tomorrow on a larger piece of white paper. Today was just practice. See you then, guys.